What if I told you that a trick from World War II is still better than anything modern survivalists use today? Not a gadget, not a high-tech filter, not a miracle tablet, but a simple method, so overlooked it's almost forgotten. And yet it still outperforms most modern techniques. Welcome to the secret water trick the Allied soldiers used, and why it still haunts survival experts. During World War II, soldiers didn't have the luxury of clean water. No bottled water, no emergency filters, no neat little survival kits, just muddy rivers, rainwater, and the constant threat of contamination. So they developed a method so efficient, so practical, that it became a standard practice in the field. And here's the twist. The modern survival community still struggles to replicate it, not because it's complicated, but because it requires something most people don't want to accept. It's called solar disinfection, and it's not what you think. You've probably heard of SODIS, the method where you fill a clear bottle with water and leave it in the sun. But World War II soldiers didn't rely on plastic bottles. They didn't have time for experiments. They needed water now. So they adapted the technique using what they had: metal canteens, tin cups, aluminum mess kits, and they used the sun, not just to heat the water, but to destroy the microscopic enemies inside it. Modern survivalists will tell you, filters are better, boiling is safer, purification tablets are reliable. But here's the thing, filters can clog. Boiling requires fuel. Tablets leave a chemical taste and can fail. Solar disinfection requires nothing. No fuel, no chemicals, no heavy gear, just time and sunlight. And that's why it's still unbeatable in certain conditions. Here's how the World War II method works. First, fill a metal canteen with water. Then, place it in direct sunlight. But not just any sunlight, mind you. You need intense ultraviolet exposure. Now, here's the part that modern survivalists miss. The canteen must be placed at the right angle. Not just in the sun. At an angle where the sun hits it for the longest possible time. Because the sun doesn't just warm the water. It attacks the DNA of bacteria and viruses. It destroys their ability to reproduce. It doesn't just kill them, it breaks them. And here's the real secret. In World War II, soldiers didn't wait for the water to boil. They didn't rely on filters. They used heat and ultraviolet together. They would place the canteen in the sun, then let it sit. Then they'd heat it slightly using a small fire or stove. Not to boil it, just enough to increase the effectiveness. Because heat weakens the cell walls of bacteria. And when ultraviolet hits a weakened bacteria, it becomes easy prey. That's why this method is still superior in many survival situations. Modern survivalists fail because they underestimate time. They want instant results, instant purification, instant security. But nature doesn't work that way. The sun, the heat, the slow breakdown of bacteria, it's a process that World War II soldiers mastered because they had no other choice. And now, in our age of gadgets, we've forgotten the power of simple physics. Ask yourself this: why would a method from the 1940s still be relevant today? Why do soldiers still trust it? Why does it outperform modern methods in certain environments? Well, it's because the method is rooted in the sun. And, you know, the sun is the most powerful disinfectant on Earth. Not a filter, not a tablet, not a piece of gear. just light. But there's another layer to this. The war wasn't just about water, it was about psychology. Survival in war is a constant battle against fear, against exhaustion, against the mind telling you you're not going to make it. So the water trick wasn't just about purity, it was about control. A soldier who can purify water is a soldier who can survive longer. A soldier who can think clearly. A soldier who can fight. That's why this trick became more than a technique. It became a secret weapon. And here's the part no one wants to talk about. Modern survival gear is built to sell. It's built on fear. Fear that you can't survive without the newest gadget. But World War II soldiers survived without brands, without marketing, without YouTube tutorials. They survived with resourcefulness, and with a trick that still works today. So the question becomes, are modern survivalists smarter, or just more distracted? If you want to survive, you don't need the newest gear, you need the oldest truth. The sun is a weapon, time is a shield, and the water trick from World War II still beats most modern methods. So next time you're stranded, don't reach for a filter, reach for the sun, because sometimes the oldest secrets are the strongest. If you want more hidden survival secrets, hit subscribe and tell me in the comments, what other World War II survival tricks should we uncover? Because the past still has lessons to teach.